increase from one year to the next in the NBA since 67-68. So it's been impressive to see the work that they've done on the glass. The Timberwolves get the basket. Mentioned at the top, third meeting between Joel Embiid and Karl-Anthony Towns, each with one victory under their belt. Andrew Wiggins
call for Towns.
76ers would love to get Towns in foul trouble early. Holmes guides it in with it, and Šarić comes out of there with the basketball.
Great help and great deflection by Andrew on that last play.
He's got big-time bounce.
Towns for Butler underneath. 18.5 points, 6 rebounds.
Some of their close games, Richaun Holmes has found the basketball when they need late-game threes, and it's not been great action for them at the end-of-game situation.
Wolves forced the turnover. Wiggins in transition.
Looking good.
He's a man of many styles.
Ready to go.
The only style that Tom Thibodeau cares about, though, is whether or not he's winning. And the Timberwolves have knocked down threes, now just one of his last 14. Embiid back to have the basketball. McConnell.
Ball handlers on the floor, too, so you can put the ball in either player's hands, either Ben Simmons or TJ McConnell.
McConnell calls his own number. Great play by LeBron to steal the basketball.
Minnesota playing with great pace in this game. They are really pushing tempo and getting into the paint again.
And that is a mouthful. But he has played some pretty good basketball for the Sixers this season. Trevor Booker, who came over and
pick up for them because Okafor wasn't even playing for them. Only played in 2 games.
Wiggins, guy.
He adds a lot for them.
He's tough.
TLC gets it underneath for Amir Johnson. Blocked from
8 3-point attempts this season. All of them have been end-of-quarter heaves. None of them have been on purpose.
Speaking of three-pointers, they work it into the corner really well for them. Embiid, a little showing.
Have to, move and try to get over there, and then he has the opening.
Crawford working 2-man game with Gorgui Dieng, and Gorgui the last 6 games, he has shot it fantastically. They go back to Embiid. Taj Gibson got McConnell. Oh, the rejection by Silverdome. Implosion that didn't happen, though, was equally as impressive and bewildering. Šarić pounded by Embiid. They hurried it up the floor to Redick. J.J. Redick, even the early days in L.A., that he was probably a better defender than he got credit for.
When you're in as good a shape as he is.
Crawford unable to connect, but Jim and the points off turnovers, 12 now.
Philly will turn it over. Joel Embiid wrecks the rest.
Philly is in this game because they're shooting 52% from the field, and they're holding the Timberwolves to 38%. Towns gets 14 in favor of the Sixers. Taj gets it to Teague for 3. Joel Embiid confuses people on social media too, just for fun, as Holmes has his shot blocked.
Cat was asked about that at shoot around. He said, I don't have time for that. I got too many things going on. I got to worry about playing video games. Butler during a video session and during a scouting report, the coaches start sounding like Charlie Brown's teacher.
McConnell feeds Booker in transition. 9-1 run. See on your screen over the last 2:30 plus. Butler. It's first half. Gibson over Šarić. Butler attacking. Hands it off to Andrew. Whalen along with us tonight. One of 8 games this season Lindsay will be doing with us. And happy to have her back aboard. Basketball, and then a little slow to get up off the floor on the other end. Simmons feeding Šarić.
Got to JJ's hands, and Jeff Teague threw it right off his back.
And another turnover for the 76ers.
And then Timberwolves historically, their record is anemic when they get out rebounded by double digits.
A good set here, get a good shot, get into some flow.
Butler and Towns an 0 for trip to the line.
That's the one I'm talking about.
And in some ways feels responsible for Hinkie losing his job. The fact that he had to wait 2 years before he could really play in the end. Wiggins quickly inside for Towns. Saric puts it on the deck. Towns with the block.
Lukba Mute from Cameroon has a couple guys in the league that he's also mentored. Joel Embiid is one.
Saric out of the timeout. No. The new Bull Sixer uniform, by the way. That was not one of the classics.
It was not.
Throwback.
Timberwolves turn it over, just their third turnover tonight. And the Sixers turn it. Butler will take the three. Andrew Wiggins staying active with it.
I don't agree.
Wolves' fourth turnover. Well, I just stayed back and watched the emails going back and forth today. Points in this game tonight. Crawford for Towns.
Pass.
All by himself. There was nothing on that play.
Sometimes you just need somebody to make a play.
In the third quarter, took an 8-point lead to the fourth, and then they gave up 40 in the fourth quarter to lose to the Pelicans.
They actually give them the lead.
Embiid attacking Towns. Towns blocks it. Back to last season when Towns gets 3 or more in a game. Butler gets past Embiid.
They ran the same play we just talked about. JJ goes with the counter to Embiid.
Butler attacks Saric. Late tonight for Embiid. First game back after missing the last 2. Butler has been very quiet tonight. Does have 8 assists.
Carl's had some man rebounds.
10th rebound, and it leads to a leak out by Gordon.
You use that timeout or you lose it under 3 minutes.
Teague to Town. When they have everybody healthy, they are a load. We haven't even mentioned Markelle Fultz tonight. Redick, Butler. Teague sees some space. Redick for Booker. Gets it back. And JJ test by Teague to force a miss.
Yes.
Embiid fakes to 3 and then gets to the cup. Oh, and instead the Sixers turn it over for a 25th time. And Jimmy Butler. Embiid kicks out of the double team. Embiid. And that's his 10th rebound, so a double-double for Joel Embiid. Saric feeds Rashawn. And the Timberwolves trailing again. They have led most of the night. Wiggins. And Andrew Wiggins. Embiid. Saric for the triple.
To Minnesota lost.
Teague answers right back.
Appreciate how hard both teams are going tonight.
Embiid. And Joel Embiid just picked. Andrew cut off on the baseline. Still time. Jimmy a step back 3.
And then Jimmy to make that step back shot.
Simmons underneath. 1. Butler for 3. Jimmy!
That is timing.
Yes.
Don't give Philly a chance to set up their defense as well.
Butler for the win. Misfires and for the...
Right, yeah.
Jimmy Butler's laying on the floor at your feet.
Plenty of time to kick that out and get a reset.
Embiid, the jumper, and it's first time the Wolves have been down 2 possessions tonight. How do they respond? Andrew Wiggins Embiid underneath. Simmons. Timberwolves need to stop. Embiid for 3. Prior to overtime, had not scored outside the paint. He's got 5 points outside the paint tonight. Wiggins. And Towns. Points off those turnovers. And the Timberwolves will fall to 6th homeland. And that'll do it.